Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend. It's almost the 4th of July, and we've got some better conditions setting up for the holiday. However, before then, it may be a little bit muggy today, still looking at a mixture of sun and clouds as we take a live look from our First Alert Sky Cam in Vicksburg. Temperatures are holding in the low 80s. It's 83 right now, but there's still a little bit of that humidity around, as I just mentioned. So it feels more like 89 this morning. So still going to be a little bit sticky. However, we will start to see things improve humidity wise going into your July 4th and continuing into this weekend. But before then, we do have the chance for a few isolated showers. Nothing to write home about, just maybe a spritz or sprinkle or two this afternoon. But things pretty much dry out for the most part overnight and into your Friday. There is a chance maybe a spotty shower further off to the southwest tomorrow morning, but I think it's going to be minimal at best in terms of rain chances. And then after that, we stay relatively dry, although this model does have a few showers possible tomorrow afternoon, but I think for the most part, it's going to be mostly dry for your 4th of July.
Yeah, for some of central Mississippi, mainly into southwestern Mississippi, that's where we're seeing the model start to fire up some isolated showers and thunderstorms. So if you live further off into the southwest towards the Natchez area, you have a higher likelihood of seeing just a passing storm rather than areas to the metro east of I-55. You're looking at pretty much a dry look for your 4th of July. And that pattern really does continue into Saturday as well, where we'll be looking at just great weather sticking with us into the day on Saturday. But like you said, it's really looking at a little bit of a drop, but it's still going to be pretty muggy. It's just not necessarily going to be feeling as really humid or tropical that it has been feeling like the past couple of days.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a little bit more tolerable, especially on Saturday, and then going into the first half of your Sunday, and then eventually the humidity will return for us going into next week. But a quick look at your 4th of July forecast. Temperatures are expected to still be in the mid 90s tomorrow. So definitely still going to be hot because while it is going to be less humid, it's that air is just going to warm up a little bit more, actual air temperatures, that is. So we'll be in the mid 90s for your 4th of July tomorrow, and then continuing into your weekend, we'll still remain in the mid 90s, at least here at home. Now, if you're traveling for the holiday weekend, I think most of the deep south is going to be relatively quiet. Now, the peninsula of Florida, a little bit of a different story, only because we do have that area of interest that we're watching in the tropics, a 50% chance of development over the next 7 days. So if you're maybe traveling to Florida or maybe to Georgia or the Carolinas, definitely check in those local weather reports there, because there may be a little bit more rain around towards the end of the weekend, especially going into next week. So overall, things are looking relatively quiet for us here at home. Temperature is going to be in the mid 90s starting tomorrow and going into this weekend. We see that slight dip in the rain chances, or in the temperatures, I should say, by Tuesday, because that's also going to coincide with our chances for showers and thunderstorms returning for us in your first alert forecast.
Yeah, so with the dry air, we actually see our temperatures a little bit warmer than what we have been seeing, but if at least our feel like temperatures won't be as bad. Thankfully so. The humidity is not going to be a big issue, but by next week, we see that pattern of isolated showers and thunderstorms moving back in the forecast. It'll be muggy going into next week as well. So feel like temperatures will be back up into those triple digits, upper 90s, really across much of the area. And then we could be looking at better chances of some scattered, maybe even widespread coverage into the later half of next week. Obviously, we're still multiple days away from that. Let's get through the 4th of July weekend first, and then we'll focus on that into next week. But for now, we're mainly just focusing on it. The humidity will return next week. We'll see rainfall chances ramp up, and then for this weekend, we stay dry.
Yeah, so another quick look again at the tropics. As I just mentioned, a 50% chance of development with this area of interest we've been talking about for the past couple of days. Mainly looking to bring effects, if anything, to Georgia and the Carolinas before it looks to make its way back out to sea. So this is just showing what could potentially occur over the next couple of days here. This goes through about sorry, something in my throat. This goes about through Sunday morning, and you can kind of see where that area is along the East Coast there in the Atlantic. That could become something tropical. We'll keep a close eye on it, but because that front moved through earlier on this week for us, not expected to see any impacts when it comes to the tropics here. So overall, things look quiet for us, tropics-wise, but we are going to be dealing with some pretty hot and steamy conditions going into your 4th of July. So that's pretty much all we've got for today. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the sunshine, but also make sure to drink plenty of water and also take breaks in the AC, especially because it is going to be so hot this weekend.
Yeah. So, again, we'll have more updates live and online throughout the rest of the day for you, but that's all we got. Have a great rest of your day.